prépare le repas de sa famille et distribue à ses servantes leur travail. Après avoir bien réfléchi, elle achète un champ et plante une vigne grâce à l'argent qu'elle a gagné. Elle se met au travail avec énergie et ne laisse jamais ses bras inactifs. Elle constate que ses affaires vont bien. Elle travaille même la nuit, à la lumière de sa...
So we just went to church, and it was fun for me. We had like a mini adventure trying to find each other because we were supposed to meet at the park, but we didn't really specify which area of the park to meet at. So we were both walking around, couldn't find each other. So I was just like, well, he'll figure it out. So I went to church, made it on time, and eventually he came.
Yep.
But
about what, 30 minutes late?
Yeah.
So 45.
Yeah, we don't have our phones. Well, I don't have my phone ready yet. So, and then we obviously don't have a service. So
Yep.
there was no way to contact each other. But okay, slightly awkward.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But when you're vlogging, you have to get used to it. So yeah. I guess next time we'll be more specific about that. But did you like it? Was it confusing?
Of course, it's in French.
But that was good. They had like a translator there, so.
Yeah.
The only thing about the translator is that I was doing okay, like listening just in French, and then when she got there, I could hear her talking to you.
Yeah.
So I was half paying attention, and then I was like, I'm not getting anything, so I had to like actually sit there and really concentrate to do it in French. I only understood about, let's say, 65% of it or 70%
I
of it.
understood about 20% of it.
Yeah. So I was pretty happy. I understood most of it. I think I got the message, which I'll talk about later. But anyway, now we're on our way back home. So see you later. Now I'm going to talk about the 3 different things that I notice that are different from my church or any other churches that I've been to in either the US or Mexico or the UAE. So first one, pretty obvious because of the culture that they have here of bread and wine. For communion, they use real bread and wine. So that was definitely different from anything I've ever experienced. Anyway, the second one would be that after like the prayers and declarations, everybody was sort of praying out loud, and every once in a while one person would kind of stick out, basically a personal prayer or something that they were hearing in the spirit, and they were sharing it with the whole church, not go to the front in the mic, no, like in the crowd where they stood. In the videos, it looks like there's not a lot of people, but a few minutes after that, all the people started getting there. So there was a lot of different people actually in that church. We did encounter some Americans, and they sat with us, or they sat closer to Sean because he didn't understand much of what was going on. But I don't think they realized I wasn't French or was an American until after, whenever I said, "Oh, hi, I'm Faith." They just kind of looked at me because I actually was able to read and sing the lyrics in French because they had the words on the screens. So I was following it along pretty well. I was a bit surprised. I guess you don't realize things like that until you're thrown into those situations. So, but yeah, like I said in the other video, I understood about 65 to maybe 70% of it, and I got the message. The third difference, and it's probably the most obvious, would be that it was all in French. And but the great thing that I enjoyed about this church, and I think I was able to realize more on a personal level, was that something that we've been learning about in my church, Overcoming Word Praise Center International in Wichita Falls, Texas, is about God's glory. And that's sort of a little bit of what they talked about. I understood that we talked about Jesus' love for Mary, Martha, and Lazarus specifically, and how even though they were going through hard times and You could tell that Jesus loved us even in his silence while he was crying for Lazarus. And that even if things are going wrong, that just because it's silent, don't take it as Jesus doesn't love you. He does love you. So that's what I got from the sermon. But as we were praising and worshiping, the realization hit me that God really is everywhere. Right now, I'm on this side of the world. Nobody in my family is on this side of the world currently. But the one thing that I was comforted in is that God is with me at all times. And I think that realization hit me at that moment. And it was just a lovely experience. And I think I'll probably be going back to that church. They have a youth service on Saturday. 17 hours, 30 minutes. Yeah. So I'll probably be going back. We met some Americans and they were talking to us, and they're also studying at the Institute. So that was nice. We'll probably get their numbers later on. I don't know if Sean's going back, but I definitely am. They also have different prayer services. I'm going to see if I can make them, if I'm not doing my own traveling and stuff like that. But I might go back. I really enjoyed the service. And another interesting thing that happened is that towards the end they asked if there were any visitors, and some people were getting married, so there was a family that was there, so they waved, and then they asked if anybody else wanted to take the mic and introduce themselves. And then there was a man from Switzerland who came and talked on the mic and introduced himself, and now he lives here. And he came up to me later after I introduced myself, which was very nerve-wracking. They were, at first, I thought it was something where they just say, oh, stand up, and, wave, and kind of just everybody acknowledges you. But no, they were like, here, take the mic and speak. And I'm like, oh, no, I probably won't do that. But I ended up gathering the courage and did it anyway. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to try to take advantage of everything that I can at the time. So I introduced myself in French. I just said, hi, my name is Vic Munoz, and I'm a student, and I'm 20 years old, and that's it. And everybody kind of laughed, and they asked me some questions. And then later on, the man from Switzerland approached me, and he talked to me in French first, and then he switched to English, saying where in the United States I was from. And I told him Texas, and he was like, I lived in Richmond, Virginia. So he was reminiscing about his time in the United States, and it was very nice. He looked well traveled. So it's great to meet people who have been all over the world and speak different languages. But so yeah, overall I had a really positive experience at this church, and I think I'll be going back. So bye.